Yo, welcome back to Trashman MMA. And we're a little late, but we're making a fights to make after UFC 317 video. Yes, I know it's fucking Monday and the fights happen Saturday, alright? I'm a busy man. But look, dude, I hope you guys enjoy the editing. I'm the best editor and fucking video maker on YouTube in MMA YouTube. So as you can see at the bottom, created by yours truly, Trashman MMA. Let's get right into it, bro. First fight to make. Oh man, y'all see that transition? Damn. Hey, if y'all just listening to the video, bro, y'all gonna have to watch the video, cause damn, this editing is next level, bro. Anyways, in the main event, Ilia Topuria, he knocked out Charles Oliveira in round 1, 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the fight. Excuse me. And this was a tough one. And now that I think about it, there's another person you can put in here who's arguably the most deserving in the entire fucking lightweight division. But first off, we have Ilia Topuria versus. Oh my gosh, look at that in transition. Hey, somebody tell this man to do a flip. No! Alright. Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett. Bro, did y'all see that flip? That shit was crazy. Ilia Topuria versus who? Versus Paddy Pimblett. They did the promo. They did everything. Although I am in agreement that Paddy Pimblett 100% doesn't deserve the title shot, nobody else in the lightweight division really does. Besides somebody else who I seen, Tony Has Died made a post about it, I believe, which is how I got the idea. But Ilia Topuria versus Paddy Pimblett, I mean, you see him step in the octagon. I'm pretty sure Paddy Pimblett has a fight coming up, though. DDP did like a fucking leak, and he said that Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje was gonna be like the co-main event in like a card in like Chicago. So whenever that Chicago card is, that's when those two are gonna fight, I guess, supposedly. But the other option, you guys already know who it is. Arman Tsarukyan. Damn, look at, bro, he just, he just slid right in there. Damn, bro. Fucking best editor on fucking MMA YouTube. Anyways, Arman Tsarukyan, I mean, he, on paper, is the most deserving contender, but he still has yet to fight. And he allegedly, after pulling out of a back injury versus Islam at 311, he allegedly had a back injury that would keep him out for a year and a half, as said by Dana White, or at least a year. And here he is 6 months later making weight. That back injury ain't stopping you from making weight, buddy. So, I mean, I don't think Arman Tsarukyan should get a title shot unless he gives a public apology or publicly recognizes, hey guys, I fucking lied to you all. I actually didn't have a back injury, and I actually just couldn't make weight because I'm a fucking fat ass that eats chicken weeks before the fight. Fried chicken, that is. But this is the two fights to make. But the other person who I was thinking about that you could make, that got brought up that I kind of agree with, is Dan Hooker, bro. Dan Hooker's low-key on like a little win streak right now. Oh my gosh, I nearly puked. Oh my gosh, that was disgusting. I'm not gonna edit that shit out though. Ilia Topuria, you can make. Ilia Topuria. Dan Hooker. I mean, he's on like a 3-4 fight win streak. Last win is against Mateus Gamrot, who, I mean, he weighed in as the backup fighter for Islam versus Volkanovski too. So, I mean, he was pretty close to the title shot. Dan Hooker gets a win over him over a split decision, and before that, got a win over Jalen Turner. And before that, don't ask me. But Dan Hooker, I mean, that Gamrot win is the best win that anybody in the like fucking top 5 division has. Besides like Max Holloway over Justin Gaethje. But do we really want to see Max Holloway get fucking slimed out again? Do we really want to see fucking Ilya Swiss cheese Max Holloway again? I know I don't. I know I fucking don't. Not yet, at least. Alright, give him a little bit more time. But either of those 3 contenders are pretty damn good. So, on to the next slide. And I made this slide yesterday. It's now the day after. So I kind of forgot what I put. So let's Vroom. Whoa. Whoa. All right. Now we're at Oliveira. Oliveira just got slimed out by Ilia Topuria. So, who should we go up against? And I hope you enjoy the little doggies in the back. Similar to the two fighters that I have up here. Oliveira, dog. And who else? Max Holloway, dog. Anyways, Oliveira versus Max Holloway. I've been wanting this fight, and I've been calling for this fight. We need this fight. Oliveira versus Max Holloway 2, the sons of fucking Ilia Topuria. I tried to look for the image of that GTA like cut screen where it's just that dude like holding a dog on a leash. I try to find that to put it on here, you know, because he's like fucking Ilia Topuria's son. Anyways, Oliveira versus Holloway. Holloway has a fight coming up against Dustin Poirier in a little bit, obviously. And I think Holloway's going to win that. And they're on a similar time schedule. Oliveira's going to need a real big break after getting fucking absolutely cooked. So Max Holloway, he always likes to take time off in between his fights. Even though he just got knocked out not too long ago. Now that you think about it. But I think they're going to be on fairly similar time frames. I think Oliveira is going to need some extra time off. I think Max Holloway, I don't think he's going to get it done easy against Dustin Poirier, but I think he's going to be okay enough to make a turnaround with Oliveira in some sort of, BMF title fight, which is the only title fight that Oliveira is going to have for the rest of his career. He's kind of done with title fights, so I think this is the best matchup to make. It's a rematch from back in the day. I think a lot of new fans would love to see this fight. A lot of us weren't fucking old heads that were watching fucking unranked Oliveira and unranked Holloway go against each other. I sound like such a casual because that was for like the top of like the featherweight division. So what am I even talking about? But I don't know. I think it'd be interesting. They were both top ranked contenders when they fought the first time at featherweight, and now they'll both be top ranked lightweight contenders when they fight the second time. And I think it'll be an absolute fucking banger, and I think that would be a very impressive 3-fight win streak in the lightweight division for Max Holloway. Say he wins against Justin Gaethje, and then say he wins against he already won against Justin Gaethje, but say he already has that win. Say he wins against Dustin Poirier, and then say he wins this one. Holy shit, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and then Charles Oliveira? Shit. Max Holloway, new contender. Let's see him get Swiss cheesed again. All right, Oliveira versus Holloway. Make it, book it sometime for the, early to middle of next year. Not middle to next year, but, like, what is it, January, February, March. Somewhere in March, or January, February. Anyways. Yeah, January. You can make it in January. But on to the next. Oh, wait, I forgot. Do a flip. Anyway, I think that's the only one he does. Whoa! Pantoja versus Van. Wow. Fireworks. Wow. Pantoja. Oh, go Joshua Van, new champion. Do a flip. Yeah. Pantoja versus Van. I think, motherfucker, this fight's guaranteed. They will make this fight. That's why there's no, suspense going on. I just fucking threw it right in your face. There's no suspense when somebody throws a fucking plate of food in your face. Anyways, Pantoja versus Joshua Van. They faced off after Pantoja got the win against Kai Kara-France. If Pantoja honestly lost, that would have sucked for Van, because I think Pantoja would have deserved a rematch against Kai Kara, so they would have had to do that rematch, and then Van would have had to take I don't know, you know how inactive Pantoja is. Van would have probably taken 6 more fucking fights within that time, dude. So excuse me. Good thing Pantoja won. Van versus Pantoja. This is gonna be an epic fight. I do think Van has a great shot. Pantoja is going to be like 36. Dude, I keep fucking burping. I'm sorry if it sounds absolutely disgusting. Pantoja is going to be like 36 when they next fight. He mentioned like December. So if he actually fights 2 times this year, that'd be hype. Because we don't really want to kill the inactivity of Van, but we don't really want to punish Pantoja either. Um, but I think Van will have a great shot. He's not a power puncher. He will just pepper up Pantoja. Um, but Pantoja also has a great shot. We haven't seen Van in too many extended grappling exchanges, and anytime we do, he does kind of like end up in bad positions. You know, in one of his fight, I think it was against the Kevin Borjas fight, where like he ended up in like a really bad position. He ended up in like maybe a Darce position, if I'm or like an arm triangle type position. It was a very odd, very compromised position that Van ended up in like the later part of the third round. But this is the fight to make. Everybody knows it. Pantoja versus Van. Let's get on to the next. Royval. Who do we have? Now, Royval, it was a tough loss for Royval taking on the 12th ranked contender when he was the number 1 ranked contender. He had nothing to prove. He could have waited this one out and just fought at a later date, rebooked the cap fight. He could have done a lot of stuff, but he really chose to he chose to go dog for dog with Van, and that's something that we can all respect, or at least I can respect. He did up, bro. I'm gonna make a ranked video, like a video about the new rankings that came out. They did my boy Royval dirty. They put him under Brandon Moreno, like he didn't just beat him. I mean, it was split decision, so I guess you could do whatever you do. But I mean, Royval got the win. Why the fuck is he against? Why is he under Brandon Moreno, who's only win since then? Oh, he actually has 2 wins against Amir Albazi and Steve Erceg. Alright, not as devious as I once thought. I'll take that back. But Brandon Royval, I have him up against a very steamy matchup ahead. Nothing to punish him. But it's a steamy matchup. And y'all, I think with the background, looking how the background looks, I think y'all know exactly who I'm gonna pull up right now. And you're gonna think, wait, doesn't he have a matchup coming up? And that is Steve Astro Boy Erceg. Anyways, and Alex Perez behind him, because Steve Erceg is gonna fight Alex Perez in a little bit. I believe sometime in August. Which is, I do think Erceg's going to win that matchup. Perez is a fucking old head. And if Erceg doesn't win that, I mean, he's just fucking cooked. But no, Erceg's, I think Erceg's above the Perez level of opponents, He's shown that he's on par with the Brandon Morenos, with the Pantojas. He did get slimed out by Kakar France by a fluky overhand. He got fluked. All right, he's a long-rangey opponent, and he got fluked. All right, whatever. Another reason why I like this matchup so much is because Royval and Erceg are both long, like lanky, rangy strikers, and we just seen Royval go to an absolute war, and we haven't really seen Erceg go like band for band like that, not in a war that atrocious. He's been in a tough fight against Pantoja. He had a tough fight against some other dude that he went up against, but like when he was like barely ranked and he took on like an unranked contender. It was a good fight, but we haven't really seen Erceg, really go through that striking grit. He went through the grappling grit, so we know he could go grappling for grappling with Royval. But will Royval even try to engage in the grappling? Maybe, because not engaging in the grappling in the Van fight was such a just like detriment to his win. Or win that he could have got. But I think this fight will be fucking awesome. You don't want to give Royval somebody like a no-named bum, right? You don't want to give him somebody like fucking Amir Albazi. Like, fuck that, dude. Steve Erceg, I feel like even though he's lost to top opponents, like, he's still shown that he's literally going like blow for blow with those motherfuckers. So let's see if he can go blow for blow with the former number 1 contender in Brandon Royval. I think this fight will be fucking awesome, dude. I want this fight so bad. But and Royval's gonna need some time off. So like I said, Usyk doesn't fight until like 2 months from now. So it'll give Royval that extra time to recover, heal up, and then get into a training camp once Steve Usyk is quickly slimes out fucking Perez in the first round. So on to the next fight to make. Oh, jeez, yeah. No, there's no hype for this one. Kai Kara-France versus Gino Cap. Yeah, there's a lot. I mean, this is Kai Kara-France's most hyped matchup that he can get. They've been flapping gums at each other. They've been yapping at each other for a real long time. Cap called him, the word. Kai Kara-France is just, the fuck it, dude. There's nothing hype about this, but it's just like it is what it. I mean, the fight's hype, but I don't know about you guys. A lot of people love Cap. I fucking hate Cap. I think he's annoying. I have absolutely no idea why anybody likes him. He's annoying. He's fucking. I don't know. He's just gross to look at. Like when I look at him, I'm like gross. Get the fuck, like get out of my eyesight. And then the way he sounds, hey guys, hey, you fucking. Yeah, I ain't gonna say it. But and he has Gyno. He literally has fucking boobs. Like, are we just gonna allow this PED cheat? Like, he just has boobs. It's not even. It's worse than Izzy's. It's on both. He has boobs. Whatever. Kai Kara-France versus fucking Manel Cap. I don't like either of these guys. Let's have them go up against each other. Hopefully it ends in like a fucking double knockout and they both get slimed out and retire afterwards. On to the next fight. Beneil Dariush. Had a, I was gonna say scrap with Renato Moicano. I can't believe I was gonna say words so fucking stupid. Beneil Dariush had an extremely boring fight against Renato Moicano. Gets dropped in the first, wins the later 2 rounds. And, I'm sorry, Beneil. I wish I could give you a higher matchup than what I'm about to give you. I wish I could give you a fight matchup where I know that you're not about to get absolutely Swiss cheesed in. Hey, look, all I can do, Beneil, bow your head. I'll pray for you. That's all we can do right now, Beneil. But you're going to have to take on this matchup. And this matchup is Rafael Fiziev. Look at these fucking intros, dog. You see that shit? He just phased in. He wasn't there before, and now he's there. Fuck. Beneil Dariush versus Rafael Fiziev. Jeez Louise, I'm the fucking best editor on fucking YouTube. Fiziev, yeah, we're gonna Swiss cheese our boy Beneil Dariush. We're gonna get him. Hey, we gonna have to kill you, bruh. We gonna have to get you up out of here, dog. Like, we gonna have to kill you, bruh. For making me watch that 15-minute fucking snooze fest. Try to ruin the main card, bro. This is your punishment. I'm not trying to punish you, but Beneil Dariush just beat Renato Moicano, who's 1 rank below him. And now everybody has moved down a little bit, so Fiziev is probably 2 spots below him. 2 spots below Beneil. But they're extremely close in the rankings. And Fiziev just beat Ignacio Bahamondes, a surging unranked contender. I think this matchup makes sense. They're extremely close in the rankings. Fiziev is looking up. Beneil, in an ideal world, he's looking up. But nah, bro, you can't just get slimed. You can't just get dropped 3 fights in a row in the first round and, like, expect me to give you a top 5 matchup, bro. Like, nah, bro. So, Rafael Fiziev, in theory, he has a great chance to KO Beneil in the first round, in theory. And then also in theory, Beneil Dariush has also a great chance to put hands on Rafael Fiziev in the second and third round. But with how slow and ploddy Beneil looked, how telegraphed he looked against Renato Moicano, yeah, I'm sorry, Beneil. You're a cool guy and everything. I really fuck with Beneil. I really love Beneil. I love all of his post-fight interviews. He's such a chill guy. But, yeah, dude, we're going to have to get you gone. Fiziev is working his way up. And I don't even like Fiziev all that much. I just genuinely think this fight makes sense. Like I don't have an agenda for this fight. It just genuinely makes sense to me. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Beneil Dariush versus Rafael Fiziev. I think it makes sense. Let's get it done. They're on similar matchups as well. Although I know Fiziev, now that he's back after such a long layoff, I believe he would like to stay more active. So in this fight where Beneil kind of is going to need some time off, I could see them going with a different matchup. So, but on to the next fight. Moicano. Let's get into Renato Moicano's opponent. Who the fuck did I put him up against? I don't even remember. Let me try to remember so I can act like, I actually made this shit. Just kidding, I did make this shit. Who the fuck did I put him up against? I think it's somebody unranked. It's not Joel Alvarez. Who is it? Let's find out together. Oh, yeah! Fares Ziam. Dude, I think this fight's hype. Again, both long guys. Ziam, a rangy striker. But this isn't, bro, trust, this isn't me sliming out Moicano for making us watch that 15-minute fight. Trust, bro, that's not. Ziam got submitted by fucking Terrence McKinney, bro. He got guillotined by Terrence McKinney. You don't think Moicano could put, like, hands on Ziam, who's, like, a long, thin kind of dude? Like, I know Moicano is around the same build, but I believe Ziam has a couple high inches on him. So I do think Ziam would excel in the striking, and he could potentially TKO Moicano up against the fence. I could really see that. Or dropping Moicano and actually following up. Like, this is a Jalen Turner-esque build. So a powerful, rangy guy that can drop Moicano from a distance. And follow up and put him away in the first round. But I can also see Moicano getting on him, getting on him, taking him down to the ground, and just mauling him like he did Benoit. Potentially even worse than stopping him in the first round. So I do think this is a great matchup. I'm not just like preying on Moicano's downfall. I do think this is a close matchup, and Ziam deserves his shot up. I think Ziam does have a fight upcoming fight, if I remember correctly, but I can't remember. He might have a fight coming up, so if he wins that one, then we can make this. Because Moicano is an old man, he's gonna need a little bit of time off potentially. But I think I like this fight. I really like this fight. Let's get Ziam a ranked opponent. I don't think he has a fight actually. I'm pretty sure he doesn't. So let's book this one. Let's Moicano. What a fall from grace, but he is in the UFC's good books for stepping in on that fight on short notice. So maybe they won't make him fight an unranked contender, but if they do, I think it should be Ziam. On to the next fight to make. Talbot. Now, I genuinely had a really hard time looking for a opponent for Talbot. I didn't know. There were so many options, right? Because he called out Adrian Yanez. There's that other guy he called out. The guy that Ronnie Barcelos also just beat. Wow, how am I forgetting his name? You guys know, Cody Garbrandt. He called out, he said that Cody Garbrandt fight would be cool. And genuinely, I also forgot who I matched him up right here with. So he's gonna pop up, and once he pops up, we're both gonna look at it and we're gonna go, hey, that fight makes a lot of sense. So let's get to that right now. Oh, Charles Jourdain. Bro, this fight's gas. I fucking love this fight. This fight is fucking dope. Charles Jourdain, I believe he has a match, a fight coming up. I believe he has a fight coming up. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. I believe he does, though. But if he gets past that, I think we can make this Payne Talbot fight. Long dudes. Jourdain doesn't get finished. He got finished by Gene Silva in the featherweight division. Moved down. Now he's at bantamweight. So I think this is a fight. I think Payne Talbot does have what it takes to put him away, but they'd have to have strong power to put Jourdain away. Something that he doesn't see, like a fucking uppercut in a weird clinch situation where I don't think Talbot has. I don't think he has that sneaky uppercut in the fucking clinch where he's holding the back of your neck to get that good read on you. I don't think Peyton Talbot has that. So I think Jourdain has a good shot. He's on a little. He has a little win right now over Victor Henry. Um, they're both extremely similar ranked. So if you don't want to make that Adrian Yanez fight, if you don't want to make that Cody Garbrandt fight, I think you can make the Charles Jourdain fight. It's a good everybody. Hey, look, you want to give Talbot people that the people know, and the I feel like the fans do know Charles Air Jourdain. You know, I've been a fan of him for a little bit. I feel like the people know about him. So I feel like to not kill his hype even further, to not have him lose against the fucking another Ronnie Barcelos, I think we could give him a Charles Jourdain. Imagine they give him Victor Henry. That'd be insane. Charles Jourdain. I love this fight. Both tall dudes. Let's make this fight. On to the next. Gregory Rodriguez. Who do we get to see him slime out next? There's two people here. One is a extremely realistic possibility. The other one will only be made in fairy tale land. So if by some chance we are teleported into fairy tale land timeline, the second fight won't happen. But the first fight has a great possibility of happening. And that is Roman Kopylov. Look at him just fucking appear out of nowhere. Gregory Rodriguez versus Roman Kopylov. Roman Kopylov is taking on Paulo Costa this weekend. They're both 15th to 10th ranked contenders. Look, they're both not looking up. Roman Kopylov, this is his second opportunity at a ranking. So I think if he gets that ranking, if he does win, which is why I put him there, I think he beats Paulo Costa. But even if Paulo Costa beats Roman Kopylov, you could put Paulo Costa right here as well. I think Brazilian versus Brazilian will go crazy. Actually have like like this, bro. Rodriguez versus Paulo Costa would be a fire matchup too. It'd be two Brazilians going crazy at each other. It would actually be like Romero versus Costa. That shit would be crazy, and I would love to fucking see it. But I think Roman Kopylov is gonna get it done against Paulo Costa, so that's why I have him here. This will be a fun fight. Roman Kopylov will be immediately looking to defend his spot, I think, because dude, Jack Hermansson was ranked. He was ranked. That's why he fought Joe Pyfer. Joe Pyfer was looking for a ranking, and Jack Hermansson was a ranked opponent. He was probably like 12 or 13. He only got kicked due to inactivity. Guys like Roman Kopylov coming in. So I think Rodriguez is looking for a lower spot in the rankings. He lost to Jared Cannonier, bro. Jared Cannonier is like a top 5 opponent, a top 5 ranked opponent, or he's probably like 6'7". But let's get into the next extremely unlikely opponent. I believe it was Bedtime talking about this fight, or MMA Che talking about this fight, saying that one of these guys said that they would like to fight the other at some point in their career. So it's a fairy tale matchup, but everybody, dude, I'm not joking to you when I say this. Everybody in the fucking middleweight division has a fight coming up. Go to Tapology, look at the fucking top ranked middleweight division. Bro, everybody in the middleweight division has a fight right now. One of the only guys that doesn't have a fight coming up is, look at Israel Adesanya. Look at him do a spin-in. Look at him do a fade-in spin-in. Jeez Louise. Israel Adesanya. Now, it is an unrealistic fight, but, I mean, is it really? He's on a 3-fight losing streak, and there is literally nobody else that is open. There's nobody else that is open or that doesn't have a fight booked. I believe there's like 1 or 2 guys that don't have a fight booked. And so I think you can make Rodriguez versus Israel Adesanya in a fairy tale land if they don't make Israel Adesanya versus Sean Strickland, which nobody wants to see that fight, dude. Nobody wants to see it. Please don't make that matchup. Gregory Rodriguez versus Israel Adesanya. Apparently, Israel Adesanya spoke about Rodriguez, said that he'd like to fight him, said that he was interesting. Maybe that's just hearsay, she say. Hearsay, whatever. I heard somebody say that, so I'm going to run with it too, and I'm going to present it to you like it's facts. So, either one of these guys, most likely Roman Kopylov, I think would be very dope. But Paulo Costa, if he wins, I think Rodriguez should get that fight as well. On to the next. I don't have many here left. I think that's just this McKinney matchup and one more matchup. So, McKinney got an impressive first round finish over Vyacheslav Borishev. Now, McKinney. I like McKinney. He's a fun fighter. He's fun to watch. He's cool on the mic. He's young. I think we should give him another young guy who's also funny on the mic, who also has a win over Vyacheslav Borishev. And that is Chase the Dream Hooper. Now, Chase Hooper does have a matchup coming up against Alexander Hernandez. I do think Hooper wins because Alexander Hernandez lost to fucking, pointy shoulders, dude. So I think, did he lose to pointy shoulders, dude? I can't remember. Anyways, oh, sorry, hold on. I was biting something. I think this matchup's fucking amazing. I think it's fun. I think it's exciting. Dude, it's really fun. This is an exciting matchup. Hooper said he wanted to face other young guys. This is another young guy. They both have a win over similar leveled opponents. Chase Hooper is literally fighting down. Do you know how low Alexander Hernandez is in the fucking Tapology rankings? Dude, he's like number 70. And both, and so is McKinney. But, I mean, if he's willing to fight fucking Alexander Hernandez, who's so fucking low down, why not McKinney, who does get chinned and submitted? And, dude, he's literally a victim in the first round, but he's also a killer in the first round. And we haven't really seen Hooper go up against necessarily killers like that. The last killer that we seen him go up against was fucking Garcia, Steve Garcia. And look what happened to him, So I think we could go up, we can grab McKinney, tell him, hey, we got this matchup against Chase Hooper, fresh off a win over Alexander Hernandez. And the winner of that, I'm not saying they're looking for a ranking, but this is like, I don't want to say prospect versus prospect, but this is seasoned vet prospect versus, what do we really have here? McKinney did Borishev way better than Hooper did. Hooper did drop him and submit him in like the third. But McKinney went in there, ankle picked him, and then immediately got the darts and then turned it into a mounted guillotine. Like, come on. Like, there's difference. Like, both of these guys are better than these lower ranked opponents. But one is clearly more competitive with them, and the other is sliming them out in the first round. Like, I don't know. I think McKinney has a great chance to win this fight, dude. Maybe an extended grappling situation, Hooper gets the best of McKinney, but I don't know. I wouldn't bet my money on that. This is a 50... Whoa! Oh, do a flip, Hooper. What the hell? Damn, I forgot I put that in there. This is a very fun matchup that I would love to see in the unranked lightweight division. Bro, put this on a fucking, don't put it on, but if you were to put it on like a fucking fight night, Apex event, dude, this could be on the, this is main card worthy. Potentially even an extremely weak pay-per-view, but no. Y'all like my fucking Kendrick Lamar impression. A great matchup though. We should make it. On to the next. Delgado versus Brito. I think this is the last fight I have. So Delgado versus Brito. Why not? Delgado just beat Hyder Emil. Brito is coming, and Hyder Emil was obviously, both of these guys are extremely, they were undefeated, and Delgado only has one loss. So Delgado, I think he is worth more than a William Gomez win, or William Gomez fight. But if he wants it, he wants it. Hey, fuck it. But Brito, somebody who's looking to defend his kind of ranking spot. He's not ranked, but he is looking to take on an up-and-comer because he is coming off of 2 losses. One against William Gomez and the other against, I can't remember exactly who. But he's coming off of 2 losses. And I think it's, they are extremely close in the rankings. Delgado is a little bit, on Tapology at least, he's ranked a little bit below Brito. And Brito and Gomez and these Hyder Emils, and they're all ranked very similarly. They're all in that little, 5 to 10 within each other. So I think this is a great matchup. Brito is tough. Delgado can put hands on Brito early. And it's just something fun. I'd like to see it. Why not? Just a little something, noteworthy. The early prelims of any pay-per-view. But I think that's about it. That's the only fight I have left. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Me and Rob Font had a whole lot of fun building this card together. And we had a whole lot of fun with you guys on the way. Listening, hopefully laughing. Maybe even a little bit of crying here and there. Who knows? But I have a celebratory 3 flips for Rob Font. He wants to tell you something. And that's 1 flip, a 2 flip, a 3 flip. And I hope you guys enjoyed all the acrobatics that I added to this card. Or added to this, video. It took a lot of effort. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to get back to my fucking Mickey D shift. And enjoy. Leave a like, leave a comment, potentially even subscribe if you like the vibe around here. If you don't, hey buddy, I'm sorry, dog. But appreciate y'all. Hope y'all come back. And I will be making a video that will be dropping either today or tomorrow. I don't know. One of the two. But this one's dropping literally right now. I already have a thumbnail made for this and everything. So enjoy the video. Bye.